Brilliance Audio presents The Good Assassin, How a Mossad Agent and a Band of Survivors Hunted Down the Butcher of Latvia by Stephan Talty. Performed by Stephan Rudnicki. For Karen, Suraya, and Aman. Prologue. The apartment on the Avenue de Versailles. Mio walked into the lobby of the building on the Avenue de Versailles and called out "Bonjour" to the concierge through her tiny window. Not waiting for a response, he went quickly up the marble stairs. Puffing by now, he was a bit out of shape. He reached the wooden door of Yariv's apartment and pressed the bell. He was confident he hadn't been followed. He'd stopped in front of the gigantic Radio France building a few blocks away to check for tails. It would have been unfortunate to bring one to a meeting with Yariv, who was touchy about such things. The door opened, and Yosef Yariv, the head of Caesarea, the special operations arm of Mossad, nodded at Mio. With his honking beak of a nose and thick pelt of unruly hair, the 40-year-old Yariv resembled a predatory desert bird. Now his piercing blue-gray eyes studied his friend. "I'm glad you made it," he said. Mio said nothing, only nodded and walked past. Yariv locked the door, then turned. "From this moment onwards," he said, "your name is Anton Könzel. You'd better start getting used to it." Mio showed no reaction. He was an introvert, raised in Germany as a Jew in the early 30s, which encouraged, if not required, certain kinds of masks to be worn. And besides, it was Mio's stock in trade to become different people, sometimes for a few days, other times for much longer. Inside Mossad, where he was one of the great, perhaps the greatest, undercover operatives, he was known as the man with the 100 identities. Back home in Israel, his family lived in a house that sat behind a steel gate, through which the agency sent a car every time he was leaving on an assignment. His son would later say that when the car drove off and they heard the loud clang as the gate swung closed behind it, they knew their father had already transformed into another person. Calling it a cover identity wasn't quite right. When Mio assumed a new persona, it didn't cover anything, let alone his real personality. It was his real personality for exactly the length of time he was required to inhabit it. A fellow Mossad agent once claimed, "I swear to God, if you woke Mio in the middle of the night, he would immediately begin speaking in the language of his false persona."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?